Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
Hi, Professor. How are you?
Good, how are you? How are you,
Afternoon.
Haley? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So I I didn't realize, the time was already four past four. Um, Sorry for uh, being, so oblivious to time. I was trying to update a couple of files, and alrighty. So we are. Uh, okay, I need to. Okay, share application. Alrighty. So I believe everyone has noticed. What do I need to do? Okay. So I have 9 people here, only 9. And let's see. Oh, what are you doing? Discussion board for today. Let's see how many people are there. Yeah, 411. That's today. See, I have at least 13 people, in the discussion board. So yeah, and I see 12 here. So no, 10. Why is it saying 12? Um, One person, Ronisha, is joining. And so including myself, that should be 12. Okay. Um, so anyway, so you may have noticed, okay, a couple of things before we begin. Um, in the assignments folder, down at the bottom, you will see, not this one, Moody's. No, I'll just delete that. Moody's. I'll leave it there. It's done. Okay, that's no longer. So here, you have the latest, quiz one and midterm summary stat with attendance as of, so that's as of April 7th. So please, please check it out. And then I made a couple of announcements. Okay, heads up as of 411. So please read it carefully. And also registration advisement. If you are a finance major, you must be advised by the finance faculty only. Otherwise, it can mess up your curriculum. I mean, uh, if you're a finance major, there are specific courses that you need to take, even if they are liberal arts electives, right? I mean, if you don't stick to that, um, it will be sort of, there will be a waste of your time and efforts. Because, if you take the wrong electives, then um, you will need to do it all over again, just because of that wrong elective doesn't count. Okay, so you need to be advised by the finance faculty only. Okay, so I think that's basically that's it. Um, and today we are moving on to the new topic, uh, bond valuation, topic 4. Actually, So you need to download these two files. And we already, by the main lecture, you're already through with this. You need to be, by the main lecture, you should be already in risk and return part 1. Actually, you should be caught up all the way to this. Okay. So this one is actually 2000. I should rename this 21. Um, so okay, we know actually at the beginning of the semester we discussed a lot about the bond. So this is pretty much, a lot of it is nothing new. Something like, what is premium bond, what is, discount bond. But there are a couple of things, we need to, and especially, the valuation part, bond valuation. That's something we need to focus on. And since we don't have much time, and this week is the last week before the spring break, um, and after the spring break, you will need to do topic 3. I mean, quiz two, right? So you really don't have, we really don't have time to cover all of it through the collaborate session. So I must assume that you have studied uh, the main lecture videos on your own. Otherwise, there's no way we can be on schedule. But, so please, even during the break, spring break is not a vacation. It's time. It's a little respite, but that's the time to um, reorganize, regroup, and reorganize. In other words, you still need to study. You just you just have a little let up from the class, so that you'll have some leeway, or you have some extra time to devote to studying. That's the meaning of spring break. But anyway, so let's take a look at the how the bond prices are quoted on news media. First thing, the bond prices are quoted as percentage of the par value. Okay, percentage of the par value. And what's the par value of the bond? Anybody? What is the par value of the bond? Everyone forgot already? What's the par value of the bond? This is disappointing. It looks like, you have forgotten everything. Anyone? Okay, let's see how many. I have 11 people. None of you, no one out of these 11 people remembers what's the par value of the bond?
I mean,
Tia? Yeah, I see your microphone. Go ahead.
No, I thought you heard me. I said I know that it means face value.
Yeah. So what's the face value of the bond? Mhm.
With all due respect, what?
Okay, you got choppy. You got, I don't know if you got cut off or.
No, I said with all due respect, what bond? I can't see a bond right now.
Well, bond in general, right? Bond in general. Bond, there are, it doesn't matter. I mean, there are three types of bonds, right? Remember, there are three types of bonds. Okay, let me open. And there is, treasury, right? Treasury bond or corporate bond or municipal bond. Okay, but except for municipal bond, whether it is treasury or corporate bond, they all have the same face value, right? All the bonds except the municipal bond have the same face value. Does anyone remember that? Why is this so small?
Is to add the present value of the interest payment plus the principal?
No. That's the can you repeat that? Can you repeat that?
I said at the present value of the interest payment and at the value of the principal payment.
Oh, yeah. I believe what you're saying is the present value of the coupon payments and the present value of the face value, right? In other words, what you're saying is the present value of all the coupon payments plus the present value of the face value. Well, that's the price of the bond. That's the price of that's the rational price or the fair value of the bond, not the face value. My question was, what was the face value? What is the face value? What is the face value of the bond? That was my question. Okay, so face value, par value, maturity value, redemption value, they all mean the same thing. Okay, and in the first topic, we talked about this, right? At the time, probably you didn't hear redemption value, but face value, par value, maturity value, right? And what you just said is the correct price of the bond. In other words, what should be the price of the bond, not what should be the price that it should be, right? And what you said was the present value of all the coupon payments plus present value of the face value, right? But then this is the correct or the rational price of the bond, right? My question was, what is the my question was this: what's the face value?
The face value,
Okay.
I think the number or the digit itself of the bonds.
Number?
The actual number on the bonds.
Actual number of the
Would that
bond?
refer to the ending of time or the beginning of time? Well, I would say the ending of time.
Yeah, yeah.
The ending of T, because
Yeah. At the end of the timeline, right? In other words, at maturity, right? At the end of the timeline, right? What do you get? I mean, what is the bond worth at the end of the timeline? Okay? In other words, this is what it is worth today, right? That's the price at time zero, or time zero doesn't have to be time zero doesn't have to be when the bond was issued. Okay, time zero, as far as suppose if the bond is a 30-year bond, but right now it may be 20 years after, right? The bond is a 30-year bond, but it's been 20 years since the bond was issued. Then how many years are left? 10 years, right? So price of the bond we are talking about is as of now. What is the price now? But face value is what, that's literally face value is the same thing as what? Maturity value. And it's the same thing as par value. So that means at maturity, what is it? Right? How much is it? And the name face value means, what does it say on the face? Okay, a bond is a certificate. You have a certificate, right? And on the certificate, what does it say? Of course, the issuer, name of the issuer will be here, either Treasury or U.S. Treasury, or the company name, the company that sold the bond. Well, what is the face value? I mean, on the face of this bond, what does it say? What is this dollar amount it says on the face of the bond? That's the question. What do you think? We already talked about this at the beginning of the semester in topic 1. And nobody remembers? Hmm? You don't need to see the bond. Right?
Professor,
Yeah.
isn't the face value of all bonds 1,000?
Yeah.
Or
You're right. Who said that? Who said that?
okay.
No. Your name is not okay. Who said that?
My technical.
It was Tia.
Tia. Okay. All righty. Today is 11th,
Yeah, I don't know
right?
what's going on with my computer. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but sometimes
Hello?
it gets choppy. I can hear you. Sometimes it gets choppy. Okay,
Okay.
Tia, you got 0.5. Yes, all the bonds have the face value of $1,000. Okay, that's what you, okay. It will say, $1,000 on the face of the bond. That's why it's called, face value. And that means that's what the issuer owes you at maturity. But until maturity, so if the timeline, Where is the timeline I just drew? Okay. So think about it. I've been telling you, bond is basically a borrowing, right? It's a debt. So whoever issued it, right? Whoever issued the bond, and let's say it's 30-year, right? Today is the day it was issued, and then you will have 30 years left. Uh-oh. You will have 30 years left to maturity. And if today is time zero, right? And then and the bond will have, so at maturity, they will pay you $1,000, right? But until then, they will pay you interest. And if interest is 10%, that means annually 10%, annually, right? So that means, at the end of year one, there will be $100. At the end of year two, another $100. In other words, over 30 years, there will be over 30 years, there are 30 payments of $100. Okay, that's interest, because for any debt, any loan, right, there has to be interest. But remember, the last thing we did was amortization. In amortization, they pay both interest and principal in monthly payments. But no, not in the case of bond. In case of bond, they only pay interest until maturity, and at maturity, and they pay back the face value. Okay? Now, in reality, the frequency of interest rate, the frequency of interest is two times per year. In other words, it's semi-annual, right? So at the end of each year, it will be 100, but because every 6 months, right, they are paying interest every 6 months, semi-annually, right? It's going to be $50 every time, right? And since there are 30 years, well, it's the same thing. Total will be $3,000, right? Annually, because it's annually $100, semi-annually $50 for 30 years. 30 of 60 semi-annual payments, 60 semi-annual payments, or 60 semi-annual payments, or either 60 semi-annual payments or 30 annual payments of bond of interest. Okay. Since the compounding frequency is 2, that means a bond is on a semi-annual cycle. Semi-annual. Okay. So there will be, and the interest on the bond is called coupon. Okay. Interest on the bond is called coupon payment, right? Which is interest, I'm name for interest. And there will be how many? I mean, if time maturity is 30 years, right? Time left to maturity is 30 years, then there will be 60 of them, right? Makes sense? And the semi-annual coupon payment is $50. 60 of them. If it is annual, then there will be 30 of them. Still, it's going to be $3,000, right? So,
Yes.
yeah, everyone is clear about that. And then, so at maturity, at terminal time, it's $1,000, right? It's
Can
$1,000.
I lower that down?
And well, please mute your microphone if you're not speaking to the class. Please mute your microphone. And then, this is actually, present value of, so bond price today is the present value of all those remaining coupon payments and the present value of that face value, right? So the bond price can be either, less than, this bond price can be less than 1,000 or greater than 1,000. Okay. That's that's what I call rational price. It could be less than or greater than 1,000, right? If that's what it is, that's why there was, premium bond and discount bond. Remember that? Okay. So that brings us to the okay. So Treasury, and I've been telling you, yeah, federal government. I mean, the sovereign. It's also in general it's called sovereign government, sovereign bond sold by the sovereign governments, right? Treasury bond is a kind of sovereign bond of the U.S. federal government, and then corporate bond. So three entities that can sell bond: federal government, or national government. Corporations or municipal governments, right? Now, and if you see, first thing, in Treasury, coupon rate is shown first, coupon rate, right? 2.75%. And this is maturity. This is time T, maturity, right? When it is, maturing. February 2013, this is February 2013. And of course, this example was taken a long time ago. So obviously 2013 is over, I mean, it's in the past. And let me tell you that the time when this example was taken was back in 2010, and I could track it back. I mean, this wasn't, I traced it back. It wasn't shown anywhere in the textbook, nothing like that. I could calculate when this example was taken. I could trace it back. How? Because we can calculate n. We can compute n. By computing n, we can trace it back to when this example was taken. And the example was taken actually around June of 2010, right? This example was actually taken in around June of 2010. So then 2013 was still in the future, right? Now, Treasury shows coupon rate there. In other words, that's the interest rate, right? Coupon rate. I see. Interest rate, coupon, right? That means, coupon interest rate, right? I subscript C. Now, corporate bond, CIT group, its coupon rate is in this column. I mean, the columns are a little, the column is little off because for Treasury, the second column is the maturity, and the first column is coupon rate. But, for corporate bond and municipal bond, the second column is the coupon rate, right? Coupon rate of the CIT group is 7%. That means, annually $70, right? Interest coupon rate is the interest rate based on the face value, right? It's the interest that is paid out of the based on the face value of the bond. So for Treasury, that means annually it pays $27.50, right? The CIT group pays $70 a year. Municipal bond, it's a little different. Coupon rate, the par value of the municipal bond is $5,000. Okay, so it's a little different. The par value of the municipal bond is 5K. So we can tell, of course, 4.5% of 5K, right? Think about it, 5% of 5K will be about 250, right? So 4.5% will be slightly lower than 250, probably $220 or something like that. But that's annual. But remember, bonds are all on semi-annual cycle. Okay, they pay coupons. They pay interest semi-annually. Now in the third column, maturity is for corporate bond and municipal bond. Third column is the maturity. The maturity is terminal time, of course. Maturity May 2016. The municipal bond still has until June of 2037. So it's, most likely this must be a 30-year bond. And the interesting thing is, fourth column is the price at the last transaction, last trading. And you might wonder, that was only $91? Huh? It was only $91? And you might wonder, the professor, didn't you just say municipal bond has a face value of 5,000? Huh? But it's only $97.57. I mean, how can it, even though it has 30 years left, how can it be that it's discounted? It's selling at such a deep discount if that's the case. No, actually, everything here is percentage. Okay, when the bond price is quoted on a print media, this is print media, right? On the newspaper, or even online, when the bond price is quoted, it's always quoted as the percentage of the par value. I said, right? That's what bond prices are percentage of the par value. Okay. So that means, to find the, so that's 90, Treasury and corporate bonds have 1,000 face value. So in dollars, that means this is $917.35. Okay, that's what it means. This municipal bond, and you multiply 5,000 by this. So 5,000, one more, times 97, what was that? 97.57. So 0.9757 will give you 4,878. So in dollars, 4,878 dollars and 50. That's not 56. You understand, right? 50 cents. Okay, I guess that's okay. So this is how you understand, bond price quotation on a print media, or in general how it is. Then one thing interesting is that what is this then? First of all, in Treasury, they have two prices, bid and ask. What's the bid and ask? Ask is, obvious. The price the seller is asking for. The price that the seller is asking for. Bid is the price that the buyer is bidding, right? And if you have ever done any, if you ever bought anything on eBay, eBay is an auction basically, right? It's an auction. I mean, bond market. Price is basically determined by demand and supply. What does that mean? There are buyers who bid the price. There are sellers who ask for a certain price. So it's an auction. So this is the buyer's price. Bid is the buyer's price. Ask is the seller's price. So you might wonder, then why is it like, so this means, 104.25%, because I said all prices are basically the percentage of the par value. Is that 104.25%? No, it's not. It's not. It's 104%. That's okay, right? But if it is 104.2, 104.25%, why do they use colon, right? They use colon here, right? So why? What is that? Actually, the colon is means, it's only uniquely, Treasury system. They use 30-second system, 30 seconds, right? Numbers after colon represents 30 seconds of 1%. Okay, a bid of 104.25, right? Buyer's willing to pay. It's not that buyer paid, but buyer is willing to pay. $1,040. 104 means 104%. So it's $1,040, and then plus 25 over 32. of 1%, right? 25 over 32 of 1%. So basically, what you need to do is (1,000) times, open parenthesis, 1.04, right? Plus that's 104%, plus 30, 20, that was 20, 25, wasn't it? 24, or was it 20? 25, right? $25 divided by 32 times 0.01. Okay, because that's 25 over 32 of 1 percentage point, right? And then you hit enter. Oh, no, something's not, I must have pressed something twice. So let me do this again. 1,000 times, open parenthesis, 1.04, or I can do it 104.4 plus 25. 25 over 32. Okay. The whole thing, multiply that by 0.01. Okay. So you come to $1,042.81. Okay. So that's, how you that's how you figure out the price of the Treasury. Okay, and the same thing. You do the same thing with the ask price. Okay, and then you can tell, and the difference actually, this difference is actually closed by the dealers. Okay, the dealers actually make money by anyway. I'm gonna talk more about that next time. And the next column is the change in the price. But that's only for Treasury. Since yesterday, changed since last trading. And the next column is yield. And what is yield? Remember, I've been telling you, yield is the annualized return. And I've been telling you since the first topic, yield in first topic, remember scenario 1 and scenario 2, right? In scenario 1, the return is the same thing as the growth rate. In scenario 2, return is different from the growth rate. But anyway, they are both yield. Okay, Treasury has a very low yield, whereas look at the corporate bond, almost tenfold, 10 times, right? And the municipal bond, somewhere in between. Okay, so we are out of time today. We're already out of time, so I'll have to I'll have to call it a day. If you have any questions, please, email that to me. And as I said, I have the next class starting at 3 o'clock. So I won't be able to answer. I won't have that much time to answer any questions. So I will see you guys on Thursday. Have a great afternoon, everyone. And if you have a question, please email me. Okay. All righty.
Thank you,
Take care,
Professor.
everyone. All right. You're welcome. Take care. I will
Have a
see
good
you.
day.
You too. You too. All right. I'll stop.